Hello and welcome everybody to the Creatrix YouTube channel and myself Ankit Goyal here in front of you presenting a lecture on analog electronics. So guys, soon you will be watching one of the best lectures on analog electronics, but before doing that, let me first introduce myself, my dear friends. My name is Ankit Goyal. I got AIR1 twice in GATE in 2014 and 2018. I was awarded the President of India Gold Medal in the year 2013 when I graduated from IIT Indore. Till date, I have taught more than 1 lakh students in the online and the offline classes, and presently I am working as a director at an academy for GATE department. But the reason, my friend, the reason up for this series is because many students were asking for analog electronics, and I had recorded analog electronics just a short while ago, but due to that huge demand, we are giving you the recorded content of the analog electronics, and you are absolutely going to love it because it will provide you an in-depth analysis of analog electronics, and that analysis will be more based on network analysis than EDC. So if you don't have a prior knowledge of EDC, that is not at all required. When I am teaching analog electronics, I will be relating it more towards the network analysis. So you need to have a good basic understanding of network analysis so that you can do well in analog electronics. And my dear friend, what I believe is after this lecture series is over, your fear of analog electronics will definitely go away, and it will seem to be one of the easiest subject ever, because you will be applying the fundamental laws and you will be finding all the answers. Okay, so it will become very easy even for an electrical engineer, because I believe electrical engineers think of analog electronics as a nightmare. They are more comfortable in machines, power system, but not in analog. But now this analog electronics course will stand you at par with the ECE engineers, and you will be able to do well in analog electronics, and I believe you can get 100% marks in analog in GATE and ESE through this course. Okay, so my dear friend, you need to watch all these videos carefully. You need to understand each and every point, and they will also have a large number of questions, so your problem solving ability will be developed. And now my dear friends, you can also join us on Unacademy Plus. With Unacademy Plus, what is the benefit if I am teaching here on YouTube itself? My dear friend, GATE rank or ESE rank is not only about the lectures. First thing you have to understand that when you come to an academy, the level of teaching, the level of interaction, discussion is way higher than it can ever be done on YouTube. Because there we are interacting live with the students, and you will feel that your teacher is sitting right in front of you and teaching you on a one-to-one basis. So that sort of a feeling you will get on Plus. You will feel like somebody is taking a tuition class when he is teaching on Plus. That level of personalization is there. But not only live classes, you also get recorded sessions. Whatever session you miss will be available in the recorded form. You get daily practice papers for practice. You get weekly tests to test your preparation level. You get test series, previous year question bank, short courses like crash course and rank improvement batch, and you also get doubt clearing by all the top educators. Now, when you get so many things in just one subscription, then I believe if you are serious enough to crack GATE and ESE, you can get the top rank in GATE and ESE. And you can also go for Iconic. Iconic is a superset of Plus subscription. It contains everything that is there in Plus, but many things that are there extra in Iconic, like a personal coach who will be guiding you on a one-to-one basis about the difficulties that you face, about your weaknesses, about the challenges that you might face, about the strategy part. Everything he will tell you in a one-to-one session. Then he will be seeing your test results and giving you a personalized test analysis about what are your weaknesses and how you can overcome them. Then every 2 weeks, there will be a study booster session in which you can ask your doubts, whatever problems you have, and they will be helping you clear them. That is again one-to-one. Other than that, you will also get personalized study material. Here you will get theory notes and you will get question banks. You will get interview guidance. Soon enough, interview guidance will also be added. So the student who is starting his journey right now and looking to crack GATE and ESE with the top rank, Iconic will be the best subscription for that. Stay with me till the end of the video and I'll tell you about the pricing of these subscription. And my dear friends, if you like the videos that we are putting on YouTube, we have created an entire repository at this link. bit.ly/gatelive. Here you will find all the PDFs of all the lectures and all the YouTube links. So here you will find the complete syllabus of GATE, electrical, EC and IN. You will find it arranged subject wise, chapter wise with lecture links and PDF. So this is better than any other paid course available in the market, and plus is even better than this. So you can understand, whatever everybody else is providing you paid courses, we are providing you such a course for free via YouTube. So go and visit this link and take the benefit of all the lectures that are available. Other than that, my friend, I have also created a repository of my free classes on Unacademy called as the special classes. You need to open this URL, download the Unacademy learning app, and you can attend all my free classes, live quizzes and test series. Yes, my dear friend, we are running a free test series as well. So once you download the Unacademy learning app without even paying a single rupee, you can watch all the free classes by all the top educators along with their free live quizzes. And every Sunday we are conducting a free test that also you can become a part of. And if you want to learn from me, then my entire content is available on this URL. You can just go and visit this URL and see subject by subject, chapter by chapter, whatever I have taught, that will be available on this link. So first link will provide you all the YouTube classes for free and their PDF, and the second link will provide you my special classes on Unacademy. So that much content we are providing for free. Go and watch it, and if you like it, I would suggest that you come to Plus and use the code AnkitEAC. Because my dear friend, with Ankit EAC, you will get an immediate 10% discount, as well as you will be connected to me and we can work together to get you the best GATE rank, just like I obtained in 2014 and 2018. So if you want my guidance, if you want the best guidance in this market, if you want the best educators, then you have to join Unacademy. And while joining Unacademy, apply the code AnkitEAC to get immediate discount over and above whatever Unacademy is providing. You will get 10% additional off. Okay. So now, my dear friends, let's go and watch the lecture and let's learn something new that you might never ever have learned, and let's enjoy the beauty of analog electronics. And I'll meet you again after the video and I'll tell you about the plans and the pricing.
Hi guys, up to now we have seen two applications of diodes. One is the clipper circuit and other is the clamper circuit. Okay. Now what we are doing is we are looking at one more application of diode, which is rectifier. Okay. So basically, what is a rectifier? Rectifier is used to convert an AC waveform or an alternating waveform into a direct waveform. That is, we want to change the polarity of the output voltage. If you see here, the polarity is, for half cycle it is positive, for other half negative, positive, negative. We want to change it to completely positive like this. Okay. So that is the purpose of rectifier. That is, V0 should have same polarity throughout. That is, the polarity of the output voltage should not change with time. And that is our objective when we are designing the rectifier. Now, if you look at the basic block diagram of a rectifier, first we are applying an AC input signal Vi. Then this signal is being passed through a transformer. This XMR means transformer. Okay. This is passed through transformer mostly to either step down the voltage, because when we talk about analog electronics, we need a small amount of DC voltage like 5 volt, 10 volt, 15 volt. That is why this transformer will step down the voltage to a lower value, and then we'll make use of rectifier. Here also the output would be AC, and this rectifier will convert this AC into DC. And then this DC will be directly applied across the load. So that is the basic purpose of using a rectifier, that is to change AC waveform into DC waveform. DC waveform means the polarity of the waveform does not change with time. So in this lecture, we'll start with half wave rectifier. Now if you see, half wave rectifier is nothing but a diode connected in series to a resistance. as I told you, first we are using a transformer in order to step down the voltage, or the other purpose is to isolate supply and load. It also provides isolation between supply and the load, and that is the basic reason of using a diode. Now in this case, what happens? How does this circuit work? Suppose I assume that Vt is, that is the secondary voltage is Vm sine of omega t. Now in this case, what happens? I am using a simple test. Suppose let me use short circuit test. If we use short circuit test, then what happens? We will replace diode by its on circuit model. On circuit model, let us say the diode has a resistance of Rf. Okay. In AC we use diffusion resistance. That resistance I am calling as Rf. Then RL. Now in this case, if I want to find out the current through the diode, so current is Vm sine omega t over Rf plus RL. I will say that the diode is on if this current is greater than 0. That is sine omega t is greater than 0, which means omega t lies between 0 and 180, or you can say first half cycle. So in the first half cycle, the diode will be on, and whenever sine omega t is negative, that is from 180 up to 360, the sine omega t is negative in third and fourth quadrant, diode will be off. Okay, so diode will remain off from 180 up to 360 degree. That is the basic working of this circuit. So for 180 degree diode is on, and for the other 180 degree diode will be off. Now if I want to find out the output voltage when diode is on, that is I am talking about from 0 to 180, when diode is on, what is output voltage? It is I into RL. Just multiply this current by RL, Vm RL by Rf plus RL sine omega t. This whole term with sine omega t I am writing as Vm naught sine omega t. Vm naught means maximum value of output voltage, which is Vm RL by Rf plus RL. In this interval, if we talk about diode voltage will be simply current into diode resistance. Here if you see, the voltage across the diode will be current multiplied by diode resistance. So it will become Vm Rf by Rf plus RL sine omega t. That will be the diode voltage. Now when you talk about the negative half cycle, that is from 180 up to 360 degree, in this interval your diode is off. If the diode is off, diode is replaced by open circuit. Okay. Even in practical diode, we replace diode by an open circuit when it is reverse biased. This is diode voltage and this is output voltage. Now if you see, due to open circuit, this current is 0 because of open circuit. That means V0, which is I into RL, is also 0. In this case, the diode voltage is Vm sine omega t minus V0, which is Vm sine omega t, which is the supply voltage. So the diode voltage will come out to be supply voltage when the diode is off. So when diode is on, it is current multiplied by diode resistance, and when diode is off, it is simply the supply voltage. Based on this, if we see the output voltage waveform, let us see. This is our supply voltage. It is purely sinusoidal, having a maximum value of Vm. Now when we talk about the current, I was Vm sin omega t by Rf plus RL. This Vm by Rf plus RL will become Im sin omega t, where this Im is simply Vm by Rf plus RL. Okay, but this was only between 0 to 180. Then current was 0 from 180 up to 360. So if you see, from 0 to 180, it is a sinusoidal curve having a maximum value Im. From 180 to 360, it is 0. Then again sinusoidal, then again 0. Now V0. From 0 to 180, V0 is simply IRL, and from 180 to 360, V0 is simply 0 because current is 0. See, so V0 also follows the same curve, but this maximum value of output voltage will be IM RL. Okay, that is IM RL, and between 180 and 360 it will be 0. Now what about diode voltage? Between 0 and 180, the diode voltage is simply I RF, and between 180 and 360, diode was off and its voltage was coming equal to the supply voltage. So if you see, I into RF will have maximum value of I has a maximum value of Im, so I into RF will have a maximum value of Im into RF. And then during the negative cycle, it will have the same waveform as the supply. So the maximum negative value will be minus Vm. This is called as the peak inverse voltage, that is PIV. That is the maximum negative voltage. It will be equal to Vm. Okay. So peak inverse voltage of the diode, that is the maximum reverse bias voltage across the diode, will come out to be Vm. Are you getting my point? So if I ask you what is PIV, PIV is nothing but it is the peak value of reverse voltage that appears across a device. Okay, and you will never show a minus sign with it. You will only write the magnitude. So it will be Vm. You will not answer as minus Vm, it will only be Vm. Now based on waveform, let us calculate average and RMS value of the output voltage. Now we saw V0 was Vm0 sin omega t from 0 up to 180 degree, and V0 was 0 between 180 and 360 degree. Now if you want to calculate the output average value, the total period is 2 pi. It is 0 to pi, it is Vm0 sin omega t. I am taking angle in radian. Then between pi and 2 pi it is 0 d omega t. So integration of sine is how much? Minus cos. Integration of 0 is how much? 0. So it will be Vm0 by 2 pi. If you put the limits in cosine function, 1 minus 1, that will come out to be 2. So Vm0 by pi. Here your Vm0 is nothing but Vm RL by RL plus RF. This value is approximately Vm because RF is much less than RL. The forward resistance of diode is much smaller than the load resistance. Hence you can say it will be approximately equal to Vm. So sometimes we also write it as Vm by pi. Now when we talk about RMS value, how to calculate RMS value? The formula for RMS value is 1 upon total period, that is 1 by 2 pi, integration over the total interval, output voltage square d omega t. Okay. So 1 by 2 pi, we know from 0 to pi, output voltage is how much? Vm naught square sine square omega t, because we have to take square. Okay. And between pi and 2 pi, what is the voltage? It is 0. Under root. Now, if we see 1 by 2 pi, integration of 0 will be 0. Vm naught square. Then what we will do is sine square omega t is 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2 d omega t. Okay. So if I take Vm naught outside, 1 by 4 pi, this 2 and this 2 pi. Now integration of 1 will be omega t. Integration of cos 2 omega t will be sine 2 omega t by 2. Now if you put the limits pi minus sine 2 pi by 2 minus 0 minus minus plus sine 2 into 0 by 2. Okay. Sine 2 pi is 0, sine 0 is also 0. So it will remain pi. Pi by 4 pi is 1 by 4. So it is Vm naught by 2, which is approximately equal to Vm by 2. Because if Rf is much less than RL, then Vm naught is approximately equal to Vm. Okay. So we have obtained the average and the RMS value of voltage. Now we want to calculate efficiency. Now efficiency here is also called as rectification efficiency. Now what is meant by this rectification efficiency? See, the purpose of a rectifier is to convert an AC waveform into a DC waveform, right? Right now the waveform that I am getting is like this. Okay, like this. So it is called as pulsating DC. Pulsating DC means we have pulses in the DC waveform. We are not getting a perfect DC or a constant DC waveform. Okay. So when we talk about rectification efficiency, in this we have to talk about how much fraction of the total power is the DC power. Now see, to understand this is V naught versus omega t. In this what happens? This is a periodic function. If this is a periodic function, then you can write Fourier series for this function. In Fourier series, what we will have? We will have a constant term and then we will have sinusoidal terms. These sinusoidal terms will be called as AC. This is your AC and this is your DC. Okay. So perfect DC is constant value and other harmonics are called as the AC terms. So when we talk about rectification efficiency, we say what is the DC power over the total power into 100. Because it is always desirable that maximum fraction of the output power should come from DC, because the purpose of rectifier itself is to convert AC to DC. If we are not getting a large amount of DC in the output, then basically rectifier is not working efficiently or it is not a good example of a rectifier. Now, this DC A naught is nothing but it is average value of V naught. Okay, this constant term in Fourier series is nothing but average value. That is why DC power comes from average component like this, V naught average square by RL. But we know when we calculate power in a resistance, we always use RMS. So V naught RMS square by RL. Okay. So DC power, always remember, when I am talking about rectification efficiency, in the numerator there will be DC power, and DC power means the power due to average value. Don't think that in a resistance we always use RMS. When I specifically talk about DC power, then I'll always have to use average value. If I talk about the total power, then we'll make use of RMS. So what is V naught average? Vm by pi. What about V naught RMS? Vm by 2. 2 square is 4. So in this case, it will come out to be 4 by pi square into 100%. That is coming out to be 40.56%. It means out of total power delivered to the resistance, only 40% is the contribution by the DC component, and rest power, 60% of the power, is contributed by the AC component. So rectification efficiency is not high. That is, the contribution of DC with respect to total is small. Are you getting my point? So rectification efficiency means out of total power, how much power is contributed by the DC term or the average term. Next important parameter that we define is called as transformer utilization factor. Now in a rectifier, what is the utilized power or the useful power? Useful power is always DC power. What I mean by DC power? Power contributed by average voltage. The power contributed by average term or the DC term is called as the DC power. And when I talk about transformer utilization, see, suppose I buy a 100 kVA transformer. If I buy a 100 kVA transformer and I am only using it for 10 kVA, I am buying 100 kVA but only using for 10 kVA, that means I am wasting its capacity. Okay. So transformer utilization factor tells us how efficiently you are using the capacity of the transformer. Where is this transformer? This transformer was just connected near the source. So we need to check how much of the rating, kVA rating of the transformer is being utilized. So how to check transformer utilization factor? We write it as DC power by kVA rating of transformer. DC power by kVA rating. How to find out DC power? I told it is calculated using average voltage and current. Now this transformer was connected near the supply. kVA rating is nothing but RMS voltage of supply and RMS current of supply. The apparent power is always the product of RMS voltage and RMS current, and since it was connected near to the source, so we will take the source RMS voltage and the source RMS current. Now if you again see the diagram of the circuit that we were using, the circuit was something like this. Okay. The circuit was like this. There was a diode in between. So can you say that the output current is same as the current in the transformer? I can say that secondary current is same as the output current. So that is why in this, what I can say, V average, I average by Vs RMS into I naught RMS. Okay, are you getting my point? Since the supply current or the secondary current is same as the current going into the load, we can make use of the RMS output current instead of RMS supply current. So in this case, if you calculate TUF, V average was Vm by pi, I average is Vm by pi RL. Now see this is a supply RMS voltage. What was the supply voltage? It was Vm sine of omega t. So what is the RMS supply voltage? Vm by root 2. What is the output RMS current? Output RMS voltage by RL. Output RMS voltage means Vm by 2. So it will be 2 root 2 by pi square. Okay, 2 root 2 by pi square, it will come out to be 0.286, or you can say 28.6%. It means only 28.6% of the transformer capacity is being utilized, or we are not utilizing transformer efficiently. We are only using 28.6% of its capacity. So this will be said to be a low value of TUF. Next, let us talk about the form factor and ripple factor. Now, what is the form factor first of all? Form factor is nothing but it is the ratio of RMS voltage to the average voltage in the output. So, what is this RMS voltage? RMS voltage is Vm by 2. What about average voltage? Vm by pi. So it will come out to be pi by 2. Now this ripple factor indicates what is the ripple in the output voltage. It is written as under root form factor square minus 1, and you can also multiply it by 100%. So under root pi square by 4 minus 1 into 100%, and that will come out to be how much? It will come out to be 121%. So this ripple factor is basically indicates what is it? Harmonic RMS voltage by V0 DC. That is, it is the ratio of harmonic voltage to the DC voltage. So this factor is coming out to be 1.21 or 121%, which means that harmonic voltage is more than the DC voltage. In a rectifier, what is the desirable quantity? It is the DC voltage. But here what I am saying is harmonic voltage itself is more than the DC voltage, which is totally undesirable. Are you getting my point? Here harmonic voltage is more than DC voltage, so it is undesirable. Always the desirable term or DC voltage should dominate the harmonics, but here harmonics are dominating the DC value. So now if we talk about advantages and disadvantages of half wave rectifier, what about advantage? It is very easy to construct because what we need is a transformer and a diode. What about disadvantages? Poor ripple factor. Just now we saw that ripple factor was high. Ripple factor being high means harmonics are dominating the DC value. Then poor efficiency. That means more than DC power, harmonic power is there. Because efficiency was around 40%, which means out of 100% power, only 40% is the DC power. The other disadvantage is poor transformer utilization factor, which means I am not efficiently using the rating of the transformer. The rating of transformer is being wasted. Okay, so that is also disadvantage. Now if we summarize the half wave rectifier, what we have covered, we have seen that the PIV of diode is Vm, V0 average was Vm by pi, V0 RMS was Vm by 2, form factor was pi by 2. Voltage ripple factor was 1.21. Rectification efficiency was 40.56%. And transformer utilization factor was 0.286 or 28.6%. So these parameters we have derived for the case of half wave rectifier. If you want to memorize anything, you can just memorize this average output and nothing more than this. Rest of the things you can derive by yourself if you know the basic definition about efficiency, TUF, form factor and the ripple factor. You just have to memorize a general formula for these and don't memorize these values. Okay. So in the next video, I'll tell you about the full wave rectifier. This was just half wave rectifier because it was only making positive the half wave and rest of the half wave was made 0. So only half wave is being passed to the output. The other half is made 0. So it is called as half wave rectifier. Okay. So in the next lecture, we'll talk about full wave rectifier. Thank you.
Hello everybody, how did you like the lecture? Did you like it or not? Did you enjoy the concepts or not? Tell me in the chat and the comment section. Did you guys like what you just saw? Did you guys understand each and everything, my dear friends? Okay, so if you liked it, then please share, please like the video and please leave a comment behind because your comments are very, very valuable to all of us. And we do read your each and every comment and we go through them to understand what are the difficulties you are facing and how we are performing on YouTube. And my dear friend, a bonanza for you. Every subject is available on this YouTube channel. You just need to scroll through the channel and you will find all the courses. EDC, EMT, COM, machine, power system, power electronics, network, signal, control, digital, maths, APT, everything is available here. Everything. So you can just use this channel as your entire preparatory study material. Okay. Other than that, now all of you who wanted to know about the pricing of Plus, 1 year subscription on Plus will cost you 27,225 if you apply the code Ankit ESE. But now, my dear friend, there is a new subscription, 18-month subscription. Those of you who are starting your preparation mid-year can target GATE twice, or you can target GATE and ESE mains with 1.5 year subscription. That will cost you 34,650 if you apply the code Ankit ESE. If you see the difference, only 7,000 difference is there, but you are getting 6 months extra. And even better, you can go for 2 year. It will cost you 39,600. That is again in just 5,000 rupees. You are getting 6 months extra. So you can target all the exams like GATE, ESE, semester exams, ISRO, BARC, everything you can target with just one subscription. And if you go for Iconic, in which I told you about the personal coach, study material, interview guidance, for 12 months it will cost 4,500 if you use the code Ankit ESE, and for 24 months it will cost you 54,000 if you use the code Ankit ESE. Ankit ESE is your code, my code, our code, and that will give you an instant 10% discount over and above whatever Unacademy is offering you. And my dear friend, that will connect you to me so that we can work together towards getting the best GATE rank. So don't hesitate, join today because winners always start early, winners never start late. So it's always better to start immediately rather than thinking about it and becoming late and later on regretting your decision. Believe me, you will not even regret one day when you join Plus. So it's high time that you join Unacademy Plus and get the best out of you and become the best version of yourself. And my dear friend, this is the Telegram channel for our YouTube team. You will find all the lecture updates here. And this is my personal Telegram channel. If you wish to get in touch with me with my personal Telegram channel, GATE AIR1. Okay, GATE AIR1 is my Telegram channel. You can get connected to me. You will get notes, you will get lecture links, everything you will get here. All the new initiatives information will be provided here. These are the other channels that we are running in other than Creatrix. You will find Electrical Junction. Here you will find short videos for GATE preparation, GATE question for PYQ, GS Terminal for non-technical content of SSC and RRB, Pathshala to learn engineering through animation, SSC JE for your JE and AE exams, my dear friends. Other than that, Telugu, if you want to learn engineering or GATE and ESE preparation in the Telugu language, if you are comfortable with it, go for Telugu. Other than that, we have separate channel for mechanical, civil, computer science. You will find all these channels. Please share these channels with your friends as well, so that they can also get benefited in the same manner that you are getting benefit from our side. Okay, so thank you everybody. See you soon in the next video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Share it among your college friends, among your Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, everywhere you need to share it. And you need to subscribe to this channel, press that red button and hit the bell icon, because my dear friend, this channel is creating a revolution in the GATE and DSE industry, and you, my friend, are a part of this revolution. So see you soon. Thank you.